The Career and Academic Profile tool, the CAP tool, is Butte College's way of determining which English and math courses are recommended for students. It is mandatory that every student complete this tool whether this is their first year at college, if they're returning to Butte after time off, or are transferring from another college or four-year university. Current students will also have to use the CAP tool to update their academic program and goal. This video will walk a returning or transfer student through the steps necessary to complete the CAP tool. If you've never taken an English or math course at the college level, click the link in the description for the corresponding tutorial. If you graduated from high school over 10 years ago and have never taken a college course, use our tutorial for non-traditional students. To prepare, you will need to know what, if any, English and math courses you've taken at Butte or another college. If you haven't taken an English or math course, or if the math course you took in college was pre-algebra, beginning algebra, geometry, intermediate algebra, pre-statistics, or statistics, you will also need to know which English and math courses you took in high school, what grade you received in those classes, and your high school GPA. If you don't have that information, self-report to the best of your memory or access your high school or college transcripts before completing the CAP tool. You will also need to know your Butte College email address and password. These can be found in the confirmation email you received from Butte College after you completed your application. If you're having trouble finding it, search for MyBC in your email. If you still can't locate it, contact Butte College User Support at 530-895-2925 between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. Monday through Thursday, or between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. on Friday to request a password reset. To start, visit the Butte College homepage at butte.edu. We suggest using Chrome or Firefox. If you are using a public computer, we recommend you open an incognito window to protect your personal information. From the Butte homepage, click the yellow Departments, Programs, Services button at the top right of your screen and select Assessment. Once you've reached the Assessment department, click the Career and Academic Profile tool on the left-hand side of the screen. From the CAP tool page, you will want to scroll down and select the yellow box that says Click here for the Career and Academic Profile tool. That will open a new login page. If you have accessed your Butte student email on the computer you are using, it may open straight into the CAP tool. If so, skip the next few steps. From this page, enter your Butte College student email. Be sure to include @student.butte.edu. Once you hit Next, you will be taken to the Butte College login page. Now you will enter the password you received in your confirmation email from Butte. Remember that the password is case sensitive. Once entered, you may be prompted to change your password to something more secure and to set up some security questions. You can do this now or do this at a later date, but remember, you only have 10 logins before you will be forced to do so. When the page asks you if you would like to stay logged in, select No if you are on any computer other than your own personal computer. Now that you have entered the CAP tool, the first page will ask you if you would like to change your programs and/or educational goal. Next, select your primary program of study, or, if you would like to stay in the same program, reselect. CAs and CCs are certificate options, while AA and AS are associate's degrees. -T programs are meant to streamline transferring to a four-year college. Next, you will be asked whether you plan to transfer to a four-year college. Underneath that, select the appropriate educational goal. You will also be able to select a second program of study if you wish to, but this is optional. For the next few steps, you will need to know which English and math courses you have taken at a college, or, if you have not taken English and math courses in college, then you will need to know what you took in high school and what grades you received. On the next screen, you will be asked whether you have completed English composition in college, or if you are currently enrolled in English composition and anticipate passing. If you don't meet those criteria and select No, you will then be asked if you graduated high school within the last 10 years and whether you know your GPA. If you know your high school GPA and have graduated recently, click Yes. If no, skip the next step. On this page, you will need to enter your cumulative non-weighted high school GPA. Next, select the highest English course you completed in high school and enter your grade. Now we will be following the same process for math. The tool will again ask if you've earned college credits. If you have taken or are currently in a math course at the college level, select Yes. On this screen, enter the highest math course you completed at the college level. If the highest math course you completed in college with a C- or better was pre-algebra, beginning algebra, geometry, intermediate algebra, pre-statistics, or statistics, or if you haven't taken a math course in college, you will be asked the highest math course you took in high school. If that doesn't apply to you, skip the next step. Once on this page, Select the highest math course you completed in high school with a C- or better. Then enter the highest grade you received in that course. Once you've entered your high school math information or you took a college math course above statistics, the next page will show a summary of all the steps we just completed. Look over each one to make sure the information is correct. Once you are certain it is, click Submit. You're almost done. This page will show you the recommended courses for your first year at Butte College. It is a tool you'll use when meeting with a counselor and signing up for your first classes. The courses highlighted in gold are recommended according to your program of study and which courses you completed in college and in high school. English 2 and English 3 cover the same material, but English 3 contains an extra unit for additional support. Click on the descriptions for more information. Lastly, you will have received a confirmation email in your student email. To make sure your CAP tool successfully went through, visit your portal and select Student Email on the right-hand side of the screen. You will have received a confirmation email from us that lists the same information you saw on the last page of the CAP tool. If you don't see the email, try selecting the Other folder at the top of your inbox. If you still can't find the confirmation email, either try the CAP tool again or contact the Career and Academic Assessment Center at 530-895-2511 between 8 a.m. and 4:30 p.m. Monday through Thursday, or between 8 a.m. and 12 p.m. on Friday, or come by our office on the first floor of the Student Administrative Services building in room 110 at the Butte College main campus during our office hours. Congratulations! You have completed the Career and Academic Profile tool and are ready for your next steps at Butte College.